a head.
There's always a little bit of a dance to
just
that,
a little.
but this thing is so bad today, I couldn't hear any of the music.
Oh.
I assumed the music happened,
So sad.
couldn't
I'm
hear
sorry.
it. Couldn't hear. Before we even introduce ourselves,
Yes.
which we'll get to, let me start with this. Tanner's back today, our ARC Cincinnati producer,
Yes.
who's been out for a couple of days.
We're still trying to get a camera on him.
We're glad he's here, but he's all like, I'm not going to let them go on for 17 to 20 minutes in the A block.
It's true.
Guess what? I already wasted a minute.
Challenge accepted. He just told us to wrap.
I didn't hear the music, but I definitely heard him say wrap it up.
We can take that out, Tanner.
Yeah, that's boom. Don't hear a thing.
Oh.
Boom. Good morning, Cincinnati. I'm Bob Herzog.
And I'm meteorologist Tara Blake. Jen is off for the week. Thank you so much for joining us for ARC Cincinnati, where obviously we're always talking community, talking some fun, free summer things to do.
Free.
And just ahead, we're going to show you 2 neighborhoods that you want to check out this summer.
And time after time, she has shown us her true colors and reminds us that girls just want to have fun, not to mention that Goonies are good enough. We have a celebration of Cyndi Lauper just ahead, but first, here's a look at what's brewing in the tri-state.
It's so sad we can't sing.
I know.
At least you can dance.
Oh, I know. There's so many
awkwardly
Cyndi
dance.
Lauper things that I would like to
It
sing.
feels wrong
It
not
does.
to sing.
It feels terrible.
But we're going to have some fun with that coming
We
up.
talked a little bit about this yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, actually. So
Yeah.
it's a nice tie-in.
Yeah,
I
'cause
plan
there's
to bring
more. Yeah.
a historic ship to the tri-state is going to be potentially docking at a local community.
Yeah, so the Village of New Richmond in Claremont County, you'll recall, won that grant of more than $13 million to create a new park called Liberty Landing. They liken it to Smale Park, all right? So village leaders say they want to bring in a big old ship as a permanent part of it, and the one they're trying to lure right now is the one we told you about yesterday, the American Queen. But for a lot of residents, they say this is the first they've heard of the potential project.
I personally take full responsibility for that. You know, I'm the village administrator, so all I can do at this moment in time is because those kind of things come upon us very quickly. So oftentimes there's really not time or really information to share. More so, I was reaching out to the folks of New Richmond to help.
So that was Catherine Bailey, the administrator there in New Richmond. They're going to host a town hall and listen to residents about ways to make Liberty Landing the best it can be. Now, a condition of that $13 million grant is that the development must be finished by the end of 2026.
Whoa.
And I didn't know that part of it.
Yeah, we are halfway through 24.
And when you're talking about a development this
Especially on
size and
water.
I mean that's a pretty significant thing,
Yeah,
and I
it
would
is.
think would take some time
But
to
that
get everything
boat
together. That
Would
would
be taking up a lot of space.
That's a big chunk of it.
Yeah.
But we remember, again, Showboat Majestic was there.
Yeah.
Gone. Skipper's River Cafe was there. Gone. So I think, two
But
things
they
are...
already got the grant.
Two things are happening right now. You got the new grant, and now
Yeah.
you've got a heck of a lot of open space down there where there were with the Showboat. That was sort of a potential thing that just never came to be. Skipper's was a place that people liked and where you could dock larger boats.
Right.
And so they've got to do something. You know what I mean? They got to do something. It's beautiful space along the river. It's, as we look at the picture, it's a beautiful little river town. It's New Richmond.
Right.
So now they're just trying to, I guess
If it's
tie
like
it all
Smale,
together.
though, I mean, that is significant.
Oh my gosh. So much went into the planning and everything else to get that done. I think that town hall meeting is going to be really, really curious.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't like news like this to sneak up on them.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And
This is big news.
And it sounds like, it's snuck up on the administrators and everybody else, that the leaders in the village really quickly. And so having snuck up on them quickly, it then snuck up on residents quickly. And I just think it's going to be very interesting to see how they respond.
I feel like you're going to have businesses are going to be extremely excited.
You would think so.
But you're also going to have residents that are a bit worried as well.
Correct.
So we need to be there.
Yeah, I have a feeling
For
we'll
that
be
meeting,
checking that.
yes, we do.
I want to know what the folks at the Cardboard Boat Museum have to say, because the Cardboard Boat Museum, really one of the very foundational
It could be a
elements
shining spot in
of
this
New
new
Richmond.
plan.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
All right, well, it is summer vacation season, and CVG is adding destinations with direct flights. Prayers answered. Yesterday was the first day Southwest Airlines offered a direct flight to Nashville. Love this. I can't believe it's actually a new thing. But a spokesperson for the airport says it's looking to expand to the West Coast. She had 70% of flyers book direct flights. Frontier has added 8 cities to its list this year of those nonstop service. And this really does play such a major factor for families, but especially this one that was visiting in Cincinnati.
9 out of 10 times when we come here, we drive, even though it takes like 14 hours for us. We don't have to deal with the problem of worrying about whether or not we're going to make our connections and all the hassles.
CVG spokeswoman Mindy Kirshner says the airport is preparing for a busy summer. She reminds everyone to arrive 2 hours early for a domestic flight and 3 for an international one. Okay, hold on a second. We need an explanation first, and then we're going to talk about the airport.
If I wear this right here, I can hear. This is now like my utility belt, like my Batman utility belt. And now I'm doing
you need a cowboy move.
The Matt Foley van down by the river move. So this is going to stay right there, like a belt buckle.
Don't stare directly at the IFB.
I don't think I don't. No,
that's how he hears Tanner telling him to be quiet. But honestly, I have so many friends and family that live west.
Yeah.
And it takes me so long to get there, or if not, thousands of dollars.
Oh, gosh.
And if I'm coming home, it's then a red eye that's taken me and my family 12 to 16 hours to get home. So please, for the love of everything, get those West Coast direct flights in place. It will really help out families.
Yeah. Well, for you, and obviously that's a crazy long drive, right?
Yeah.
And almost unimaginable drive for most folks. But how much drive is too much drive for you? Like Nashville? I ain't flying to Nashville.
Yeah, that's a pretty close one.
I'm driving to Nashville. Unless it's an absolute emergency, I have to be to Nashville like right now. And even then, think about this. Do the math on this. It's a domestic flight. So you're supposed to be there 2 hours early.
Yeah.
Right? The flight itself to Nashville, what is that? Maybe an hour and a half? Something like that?
You're such a dad.
Hour and a half. By the time you do that, you're 3.5 hours in. You probably left for the airport a good half an hour's drive to get there for the 2 hours.
Okay.
You get through TSA, you add another maybe 25, 30 minutes to that. You're 4 or 5 hours in. I'm already there and I was in a car. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I will drive if it's under 10.
Yeah, what is yours?
Under 10, I am driving, absolutely no question. And even, we go to the Outer Banks a lot. We drive that, and that's like 11, 12.
But you like having your car, and you stay. I think that matters too. How long the stay is, and how old your kids are. When I was younger, and thinking about flying and driving, I'm like, yeah, I can get in a car and do 13 hours.
Sure.
Young kids in a car for 13 hours, I'd rather never take a trip.
Do you know what we would do though? We would just drive in the middle of the night and they would sleep.
My kids don't like the car seat.
They don't sleep in the car seat.
So they would be awake for all of that. And in the middle of the night would
that's
have
no good.
Been the worst trip of my life.
That's not great.
So I do think it depends, but
Sure.
that is stating my fact.
Right.
Great to have a Nashville. But we could drive there.
Yes.
Get me to California
and you're really
faster, and I'm booking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. Either way, it's good to have the option.
Yes.
It's good to have the option.
True.
Hey, you don't need to travel that far though to spend like. I almost started. I could have been saying anything there.
Fine.
Under the sea.
That's how it was written.
You can witch. Because there's a sea witch. Or you can watch the live-action Little Mermaid for free tonight. It's part of the free family movie series at Ziegler Park. That is every Wednesday through September. Tonight's movie starts at 9. Later this summer, you can see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which I love.
Same.
Also the Barbie movie, also The Princess Bride, which I love, and Jurassic Park, which I love. Man, they've got a good lineup out there.
You didn't say the Barbie movie as one you loved.
I haven't seen it.
It's actually one I didn't love.
I have.
Surprisingly.
It's either love,
kind of hit or miss with that
or
one
kind
for
of
some
like,
reason.
Most love.
Conveniently enough, I watched that one on an airplane.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Okay, we'll see. There you go.
Perfectly tied in. Thank you so much, Tanner.
By the way, could I bring something up very quickly about the park? Ziegler Park is one of those parks, places, streets in this town.
Yes.
Where I've heard it both ways, Ziegler or Ziegler. Kind of like Piatt Park, Piatt Park. And I don't know that at this point anyone knows the answers to these questions. Now, I do know, I think maybe, I shouldn't say I know, I'm pretty confident that Cincinnati's first mayor, or a very early mayor of Cincinnati, is who the park is named after.
It's Ziegler in German, Tanner.
Okay, so maybe Ziegler.
This is part of the theory that we tell you half truths sometimes on the arc.
But we don't mean to.
For sure.
I want to know. But I listened to someone from either the Parks Board or someone else just before I came down here, because I've heard it so many times, say Ziegler. But then I listened to another report that said Ziegler. Someone knows. If someone on the park board is watching right now, the odds of that, let's face it, pretty slim. But if you are, email me something so I can know. I
Phonetic
just want to
spelling
know.
for him.
I just want to know.
He will feel better within his soul.
I just want to know.
You know, someone that makes people feel really good?
Who's that?
Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty.
The Hello Kitty cafe truck is returning to the tri-state. It's part of the Hello Kitty's 50th anniversary this year. It's going to be stocked with exclusive merch.
Oh boy.
Some of the new limited edition collectibles, including an iridescent tote bag and three-piece cookie set, along with some fan favorites. The truck will be parked at the Cheesecake Factory at Kenwood Town Center, which is always hustling, from 10 until 7 on Saturday. I gotta imagine you're gonna be standing in line for this one.
I would think so. Now, over the past 50 years, by the way, Hello Kitty has become one of the most recognizable characters really in the world. Her face is on everything, and we do mean everything. That includes an official Hello Kitty Volkswagen Beetle. Check that out. Breakfast. Made in your Hello Kitty. I don't know, it's so nice. And why not bring love of Hello Kitty into the bathroom with some Hello Kitty toilet paper? How many plies? 1 ply, 2 ply?
It looks thin.
It looked a little thin to me.
I think it's decorative.
It looked a little thin.
I think it's decorative.
Plus, I don't know how I feel about that.
Do you know what's crazy?
What?
When you think of Hello Kitty, what do you think that it is?
I think it's a little cat.
It's a Japanese kitty.
Yeah,
actually, the company came out in 2014 saying it's actually a British schoolgirl. And everyone was like, absolutely not. And so they took it back.
What?
Yes.
What?
I found this. I researched.
What? But then why did they make it look like a cat?
I don't know.
Now I feel
I mean, it is based off of.
Now I feel even weirder about it being on toilet paper.
in Japan.
And I felt weird about it already.
I wanted to know what the fascination and obsession is. 50 years, and everyone says it's because she's expressionless. And because she is, when you're sad, she can look sad. And when you're happy, she can look happy, or vice versa.
Is that what it is? I did not. Yeah, no, that's.
I don't know.
That's sort of interesting.
But from kids to adults, it's appealing. And Megan, one of our producers, she will be there. She's obsessed with this.
With the Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I did not, as awkward as the toilet paper stuff was,
yes,
I could have gotten even more awkward products that I'm not going to talk about with you.
I can imagine, just from the name. Yeah, we're not going to go there.
Nope,
thanks, Bob.
Sure not.
8:13, we didn't make it to 8:20. We're sorry, we failed.
That's pretty good, though.
Sure, you could stop watching now, but let's be honest, you want to see more. So click some of those links, or better yet, go ahead and tap subscribe. That way you'll catch more content from Local 12.